Hey, how's it going everybody? It's your boy, and guess what? New artwork. Yes, this is from Skalk, an artist. You may have seen him do artwork for Knuckle V and maybe others. Now, he does take commissions, and it largely depends on what you're after, so please do check out his Twitter. Link will be provided in the description below. Now, let's have a look at the artwork. So as you can see, here's the one that's currently on display, and this is the one I think I'll be using for the rest of the video, which is the sun in a orange purpley colour. And in fact, the whole vaporwave thing is also pretty much purple, and this is the one I'll be using for this video. I will probably use the other one as well at some point in another video, whenever, but when you look at this one, it's a different colour, it's almost a different mood. He kindly offered to colour me two and said either choose both or pick one. I thought, let's have two. So, links down below for any help for artwork. He's your man, extremely talented. South African as well, so please do help him with the shekels, and also help me with the shekels, because I really need the money too. Now today's video is going to be quite fun, it's going to be quite simple. Basically, I'm going to go through a whole Twitter thread, or rather a whole kind of page, a group, whatever they call them, and look at the hot takes of feminists, and the feminists in particular that are engaging in some kind of weird, like, I don't know, challenge, and it's amazing. I think this was trending at some point, and it's a kind of discussion about here are the things women would do if all men had a 9 PM curfew. Yes, it's totally about equality, guys, when we're basically shitting on all men. Feminism is for men too. We feminists, we want you to be open with your feelings, but you can't be open too much because it talks about masculinity, and you know, we don't want to mock you, but we're going to mock you and imagine if you had a 9 PM curfew because we really hate you that much. So this stretches back to September, but there's a few this month. Ladies, a question for you. What would you do if all men had a 9 PM curfew? As you can see, some of them are verified. It's a disease, isn't it? Dudes, read the replies and pay attention. Hashtag #MeToo with a thing, some kind of weird symbol. Kavanaugh, Cosby, feminism, male privilege. So, there we go. Immediately we can see that it's not actually about a joke, it's not a banter. We all know straight away with these hashtags, this is super serious shit that feminists want us men to pay attention to. Yes, because we should have to listen to the inane ramblings and moanings and whinings of crazy single women who don't have much to do other than complain about men. But hey, apparently it's linked to Kavanaugh, Me Too, Cosby, and privilege. So here we go. Oh my god, the mind reel says verified Emily Hauser. Go dancing, take a walk, open the front door without fear. See, I wonder who actually planted that fear into you, because why would I plant fear into you to go out by simply being a man? I think a lifetime of feminist propaganda telling you that men, and any man, be it family, friends, people you don't know, could potentially rape you and want to rape you, might actually make you afraid for your life. And maybe also the fact that we teach women to be afraid and teach women to be cautious of going out because we care about their safety more than men. Maybe it's that, I don't know. Ellie Be Good, she's a fox apparently. Literally, don't even know what to write because there's so many things. I think it's best if you don't say anything because you might embarrass yourself. Sit on the beach at night. You can literally do that. If your beach is particularly rough and a lot of crime happens around there, well, it's your funeral if you're going to risk anything that could happen to you. It doesn't have to be a man that can attack you. It's amazing how these people just assume that all the crime, and I know it's most of it, but they think that all the violent crime and the rapes and shit is just men. I mean, even with rape, it's probably more 50-50, but hey, they don't want you to know that. Another verified Twitter denizen, Sonia Jorg. I'd walk a city in peace. Oh, really now? So you wouldn't have anything to fear from other women? You could go out, walk around, and not expect to get attacked by another woman, as if women don't attack each other? Okay. Imagine, says Christina Eliasson, how different all my life would have been. So much freedom, all the places I would enjoy on my own and going for walks, spontaneity to just go. I love the way the air feels on my skin when it's warm at night, and I'd love to experience this without a chaperone. Wait, so you mean you don't want other guys with you? Wait, a chaperone is somebody who walks with you or drives you to places. So why don't you just go out on your own? You can literally go out there. Most men, 99% of men, will not even notice you are there. They will be apathetic to your experience. You can literally do all of this yourself. Go out into the wilderness. Get off your fat ass and do something. Do you basically go out with men all the time? And now you're really fed up with it? Then go out. Don't go out with men all the time. Stupid girl. Well, let's continue, guys. Catherine Riley. I'd run at night. I would run so much at night. Why the hell would you run at night? My whole life would have been different, says verified Melissa. And now my daughter's life would be different. Yeah, it would be different, wouldn't it? Be different for the men too, who have had their freedoms curtailed for your apparent own freedom, even though you already have the freedom to do whatever you want, if not more. Laura Green, this thread really resonates with me, and I expect with most women. Yeah, most women. You mean most feminists. You get used to a life where people have to offer you to walk home after dark, and that's really sad. Oh, you know, people just being nice and respectful and just looking out for your safety, because the safety in numbers, right? This is something that even men get asked. Hey, do you want to go home together or something? You know? Women aren't the only ones who get asked to go home together, you know? Well, whatever. Another verified lefty. Leslie, this is an essential thread. Read these replies. Me, I'd walk everywhere. I'd grocery shop late at night when it's quiet. Where do you live? Because where I live, it's always busy. But I guess I live in the centre of the town, so... I'd take public transit all the time and could sell my car. I wouldn't worry about my girlfriends when we're out listening to music, etc. Beach at night. Well, that's your fucking problem, that you worry all the time, and it's not my fault that you were indoctrinated to worry about that shit. And here we are, the first white knight. I'm a white guy who regularly visits other countries by himself, walking city streets after midnight while listening to music on my headphones while not speaking the language. Never even occurred to me that this was a gender privilege. What? This is not a gender privilege. Nobody has a privilege. I mean, if anything, it's the opposite. Women have their safety actually cared about by the vast majority of society, while men are not. Like, since when did we teach men, as I mentioned before, to worry about their own safety at night? How do you think so many men get hurt or killed on nights out? Because they're not taught to look after themselves. Because we just expect that they can because they're men. I think we all know what kind of privilege that is, but I don't know. Serena, do men even know just how afraid women are of them? I think most men have no clue as to how limited and cautious women live their lives for fear of men. No. You see, most women are not afraid of men. Most feminists are afraid of men. This is the thing. Feminists always like to equate women with feminists. Now, you know, it's an easy equation to make, isn't it? Because most feminists are women, and feminism, regardless of what they say when they're taken to task on this, they say that it's about every gender that they can possibly conceive of, but it's not. It's only about women. And a particular subset of women at that. And it doesn't surprise me that this particular subset of women are afraid of men, mainly because of a power thing, but also because they are literally told that men will rape them at any given notice, and we have to control them. This is what this curfew is basically an exercise in. What would you do if you could oppress men, basically, even though you could argue they're already doing that? Most women are not limited. Most women are not cautious. Some women are not cautious at all on a night out, and they get drunk, things happen to them, and here you are then complaining about the men. But hey, whatever. Let's continue, guys. Houston Wolf, another cook. Wow, I feel horrible right now. None of this has ever occurred to me as an issue. I run. I go do whatever I want whenever I want. Why aren't women filled with uncontrollable rage all the time? Well, maybe because most women also feel exactly the same that you do. They do the same things that you do. They do whatever they want, whenever they want. And let's be fair, most of these women are pretty, you know, okay in the head, so to speak, and don't think about constantly being raped all the time by men, because they don't hate men. They know that most men are not going to harm them. They know that most women are not going to harm them. But again, this is the thing. This is only to do with men. They're only talking about the bad things that men can do to women, and not the bad things that women can do to men, or the bad things that women can do to other women. Because we had to brush one part of it under the rug and just forget about the other gender entirely. And then Danielle returns, it is very hard to survive as a woman in this world. And I remember saying once that if I start to really feel, the pain of the oppression I encountered, I would start screaming and I would never ever stop. Yeah, it's not like men do all the dangerous jobs in society. They are most of the homeless. They are victims of most violent crime. They are 50% of all rapes. They are the ones who go out and fight in the wars. I mean, now we're seeing women slowly but surely being allowed to fight in the front lines, but it's mostly going to be men. 99% of them are men. Apparently, it's really hard to survive as a woman, when statistically you are far more likely to survive this world than a man. You live longer, you're not attacked as often physically, you are basically educated to protect yourselves, while men are basically left to fend for themselves and rely on parents who are responsible enough to teach them stuff like my mum taught me. My mum was very aware of this, I assume. But hey, we're getting towards the end of this. There's one more cook and one more person. Surprisingly, nobody noticed this from the anti-feminist side. Apart from the person who posted this in the Discord, but I don't know if anybody's been talking about this. Karma Brown, verified, would say, run with both earbuds in at night, not across the road to the other sidewalk. I wouldn't worry about keeping my phone in my hand and locking my door the second I got inside the car. Walk in the woods, because it's beautiful at night. You do realise you're more likely to get robbed if you have your phone out than in your pocket. You're a paranoid misandrist. That's not my fault. And again, like, they just assume everything's going to be safer. No, nothing is going to be safer. You still got to contend with other women. And what if you get knocked over because you've got your earbuds in, running, not paying attention to what's going on? You could accidentally start a fight with a psychopath because you bump into them because you're not paying attention to what you're doing. Anything can happen. But apparently this is only something that's limited to men. And to end this video, here is Andrew Trotman verified. Oh my god, this thread. Almost every woman says they walk with their keys between their fingers. Society, we have a lot to do. Yeah, it's not my fault that feminists that have created a society where women, or at least other feminists, get incredibly paranoid about men to a pathological degree. Yes, we do have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to rehabilitate the image of men that has been destroyed by feminists over the last 50 years, if not longer. We need to teach people that you're no more likely to be safe around a woman than you are a man, that men need to be taught how to protect themselves and to defend themselves as much as women. They need to be told that they are just as likely, if not more so, to be killed randomly or get into fights, and are just as likely to be raped than a woman. And we need to teach these feminists that most men don't give a shit about them. They've got their own problems to deal with. But hey, you know what? I could wax lyrical about this all day, but these are the inane ramblings of feminists. These are the garden variety misandrists. It's not something we should really worry about. We should really worry about the more the intellectual types, really, who are actually disseminating this shit onto these poor, indoctrinated people, really, if you think about it. But I could go on, but I have things I need to do. Anyway, thanks again to Skalk for the lovely, beautiful artwork. I will definitely be using this as much as I possibly can, both types. I would recommend you follow him on Twitter and potentially even get a commission from him. He needs to live, he needs to eat. Like, share the video, comment, subscribe, donate to my Patreon if you would like to. Until next time, guys, it's been your boy, and I'll see you later.